Hi, I'm Brook McBride, and I'm the pastor of Bear Creek. It's a United Methodist church in Woodinville, Washington. And I'm doing a series on prayer. And this is the seventh video I'm doing. And I want to break into here and talk just for a while here for several sessions on praying for others. Because it occurs to me that most of our prayer time, often anyway, is praying for others. I know that it is in our church. Often in our church, whether we're doing a worship service online or we're in worship, we have prayer requests, right? And we all get together and we lift these prayers up and we bring them up to God and we pray for them. And I think a lot of times we get very confused as to what we're really doing. And I am just trying to give you my point of view on this. There's so many ways to look at prayer and so many ways to pray. But I'm just trying to help you get started. But when you're praying for others, what are you doing? Well, first of all, I want to say we know this. Science tells us this now, is that we live in a very relational world. If we yell and scream at plants in a negative way, plants will not thrive. If we talk to them and sing to them and give our great spirit to them, we know that they do better. That's science. It just is. And so one of the things we do in prayer, when we're praying for others, is we are basking them in goodwill. We are telling them with all of our hearts that we care for them. And let me tell you, whether you believe it or not, it makes a difference. Hey, we live in a world today where what happens in China eventually affects us greatly. And what happens in Minnesota when someone is killed by a knee that's been placed on him for over 8 minutes, we know that it has a great impact on all of us. So how come it makes it so hard for us to believe that when we pray, when we put our positive spirits on someone else, almost like we're spiritually laying our hands on them with all the goodwill we have in our hearts, why that doesn't matter? It does. And I know it because I've been a part of it. I've prayed for others and known that those prayers have a great difference and made a great difference in this world. Now, does that mean that's all it is? It's just human beings putting their positive spirit on others? No, I don't think that's it at all, because I also believe that there is a greater power, a greater river of love, a greater spirit that is in the world. And that what we're really trying to do when we pray for others is we are connecting our power and our will with the will and the power of that spirit, of that God, of that greater being, of that greater love. And so when we pray for others, we're adding our power and our love, which God has given us, to God's power. We're connecting the two. Now, the third thing that I think that happens oftentimes when we pray with each other or pray for others, is we're together, right? And we begin to feel the spirit of being in one together. And there is an amazing power of that. As we gather together, we begin to realize we aren't alone, that we have people around us. And when we join our prayer spirit with theirs, there is something that happens. And especially when that something is placed upon someone else's life and being. Have you ever had someone lay hands on you? I was a part of a group one time where we decided that we were going to lay hands on each other, just gently on shoulders, and pray for others. And I had a hard time at first allowing that to happen. I had a lot of crazy images about what that meant. But I remember bowing and bending and allowing these friends of mine to lay their hands on me and bask me in goodwill and love. And I have to say, I felt something. I felt moved. I felt touched. I felt as if I was not alone. And it wasn't just their hands that were upon me. There was something much greater at work there. And so when I pray for others, I really do believe my prayers matter because they're connecting to a God who I know is doing everything God can for this person in need. A beginning of what it means to pray for others.